What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is Kevin with Optimized Essentials, and today I'm going to be talking to you about why you can't lose weight. I've identified three key reasons, or three of the most top reasons that I found why people can't lose weight. But if you wanted something that's more in depth, I've already created a 5-part lean series on this topic. It's pretty in depth. There's 5 videos and they're quite lengthy, but for the person who wants to go deeper in terms of the mechanics behind why it's so difficult to change or why it's so hard for them to lose weight, you want to make sure you check that out, because I discuss the whole mental framework behind changing your life and losing weight, the actual mechanics of how you can build a body and a mental framework so that you never get fat again and you can become a fat burning machine. So if you're interested in going deeper, make sure you check that video series out. It's on my YouTube. There's no program to sell. There's nothing to pitch at the end. It's a 5-part video series that I created a while back. You want to make sure you check that out if you want to go deeper, all right? So anyhow, the main reason why I've created this video today in terms of why it's so hard for people to lose weight is because I look around and I am so sad. I'm so distraught in I feel for people, right? Because I'm an empath, but it's just sad to see that so many people are stressed, depressed, filled with illnesses and disease, right? Autoimmunity, the autism is on the rise, Alzheimer's, right? A bunch of people are overweight, obese, and just sick and depressed, right? And it just drives me, I wouldn't say it drives me nuts, but it just makes me kind of shake my head and feel bad for people, because a lot of them don't know better, or they want better, but they're unable to change, which is why I've been writing a book about the keys to successful lifestyle change, and why I'm making this video on the 3 reasons why you can't lose weight, all right? So let's get right into it. Number 1, you don't want it bad enough, right? A lot of people say, oh, I want to get healthy. I know I should be doing this. I want abs. I want to lose this belly. I want this. I want that in terms of health. And they can't do it. Why? It's because they don't want it bad enough. You say you want it, but you don't want it bad enough. And how do I know? Because if you want it bad enough, if you want something bad enough, you'll do whatever it takes to get it, right? Just look at some key examples. If you want something to eat, right? If you want something pleasurable, if you want something like junk food, or you want to go out and grab a bite with a friend, if you want to make a plan to do this, if you want to buy a new cell phone, anytime you have a very strong desire for it, you will find a way to make it happen. The only thing is with fitness, because there's pain associated with getting in shape and disciplining yourself, the desire of wanting it gets mitigated by the pain you have to go through. But surprisingly, or kind of just how the universe works, pain and pleasure go hand in hand. When you seek something pleasurable, in the beginning it's pleasurable, temporary instantaneous gratification, but afterwards you experience pain. So anytime you look for instantaneous gratification, instant pleasure, afterwards you experience pain. But if you look for pain, like discipline, something like losing weight, putting yourself through intense workouts, what is the result of pain at the end? Pleasure. So the inability to see that connection, the inability to want to put yourself through pain, and the desire of wanting cheesecake, wanting chips, wanting Cheetos, wanting donuts, whatever your weakness is, whatever you fall into or can't resist, I want you to post in the comments below. But whatever that is that you want that more in that moment, more than you want a healthy body, abs, you want fitness, right? More than you want fitness. When you want that more than you want the physical fitness, the more you want that, you're not able to get that, if that makes sense, because you're choosing one thing over the other, and because you want this one more, it's easier to do that more than do this. So the switch The mental switch is to want fitness, is to want abs, is to want the healthy life more than you want the lower desires, all right? So I hope that makes sense. The first reason that I've noticed is people don't want it bad enough. If they wanted it, they would do something about it, and they won't stop until they get it. The reason why I got into fitness, or I was able to get to where I am today in terms of physical fitness, is because I saw some guy in the 7th grade lift his shirt up and show his abs off, and the girls went, ah! It wasn't just because of the girls. I saw abs and I was like, damn, I want those, and I'm gonna get those, and I got them. I still have them, and they look nice, and that's why. That is why also in Napoleon's Hill, Think and Grow Rich, the very first chapter is burning desire. Burning desire. Just think about it. When you see a beautiful girl or a beautiful guy, a very hot guy, whatever you're into, when you see someone that's very attractive, very beautiful, you want them. That's the type of desire you want to have when it comes to fitness. Otherwise, it's never gonna happen. Never. All right? So number 2, emotional baggage. If you have emotional baggage, or you have bad programming, or you've programmed your mind, or you've programmed a response because of a traumatic event, then you're gonna be stuck in that lifestyle. Let me explain. I think it was William Reich, I forgot who it was, where I learned this from, but we armor our bodies emotionally, either through eating, through certain patterns, through posture. We learn to put up a barrier by getting ourselves fat, right? That's why it's called emotional baggage. Something traumatic happens to you. You broke up with your boyfriend. You've been cheated on. You've been sexually abused. Not to downplay any of this. Don't get me wrong. This is all stuff very serious. But when something traumatic happens, or maybe something basic where you're just stressed out and you eat, you learn to associate food or some unhealthy lifestyle as a way to cope. It's a stress response, survival mechanism, survival response to pacify yourself, right? But each time you do that, you learn to build a response to food, pleasure, right? Or anytime you do something stressful or does something that causes stress, like smoking, drinking, right? All of this causes your body to be stressed, and as a result, you'll put on weight. But if you learn to use food or drinking or smoking or whatever it is that you do that stresses your body out as a response to pacify, to comfort yourself, eventually you become fat, right? And when you become obese or when you become overweight and you use food excessively, you hold a bunch of literally junk, garbage, right? You have a lot of emotional baggage because you've put so much stuff in your body physically as a way to survive. So when you have emotional baggage as a way to kind of alleviate your pain, which it doesn't really alleviate your pain. Remember, each time you do something pleasurable, you're setting yourself up for pain later on. So the emotional baggage that you have from the past that you're using, that you're holding on to as a way to kind of cope, each time you do that, you're putting on more baggage, more weight. Each time you eat as a response, you're putting on more baggage. So it isn't until you dig out the root of why it is that you're carrying this baggage, whether it's a traumatic event that you haven't resolved, an energetic blockage in your body, whatever it is, you have to be able to let go of that baggage so that you can stop the behavior. Otherwise, you're gonna get stressed, you're gonna get depressed, you're gonna eat, you're gonna put on more baggage, and you're just gonna get fatter and fatter and fatter. Woo! And then number 3, you don't have a purpose in life, right? When you don't have something to live for, when you don't have something you want to aspire to, it's going to be easy to fall into the lower desires of, eating junk food. I remember when I was very stressed, when I was very kind of stuck doing menial things, menial, don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's menial. But pretty much when I was doing things where it had nothing to do with my purpose, when I didn't wake up and create videos, or when I didn't have something where it kept me going, I would find myself overeating healthy food and kind of putting on a pound or two. So I could see why when people are stressed, sitting inside cubicles, doing work that they don't like, they're gonna use food as a way to pleasure themselves, to distract themselves, or they're gonna drink alcohol, or they're gonna smoke pot, or they're gonna get high with whatever means that they do. And because of that, builds more stress in the body. More cortisol equals easier to gain weight, fat, right? So when you don't have a purpose, when you don't have something you want to change for or be the best version of yourself for, then it's that much easier to not lose weight, or it's that much easier to gain weight. So I hope that makes sense. I hope you understand what I was trying to say in this video. 3 reasons why you can't lose weight. Again, recap: 1, you don't want it bad enough, because if you did want it bad enough, think a very attractive person that you want, that you really like. When you don't have that, you're not gonna make it happen. Think about Michael Phelps, think about LeBron James, think about Kobe Bryant. All of these people have said they really, really wanted to be the greatest at what they do. They really wanted to win this, win that, X that, X. You get the idea. When you really want something, burning desire, you're going to make it happen no matter what. And if you can't, for whatever reason, number 2, it's because you have emotional baggage, bad programming. You've programmed yourself to use food as a stress response, as emotional eating, or whatever it is that you do to kind of mitigate your pain. But as a result, you stress out your body, and when your body is stressed, it gains weight easier. Think about the caged animals, think about the caged human beings. Stress equals unhealthy human beings, most likely overweight, obese, sick, depressed, traumatized, whatever it is, you'll see it in their physiology. And number 3, if you don't have a purpose, nothing will help pull you into that higher self. Nothing will help you move into that higher being. And because of that, it's going to be that much harder to lose weight, because you just don't have something to aspire to, something to strive for. And you'll be stuck in the lower desires, in the lower plane, where it's that much easier to give into temptations, give into addictions, give into bad habits, because you have nothing pulling you up. Guys, it is Kevin. It's quite a long video, but I hope that makes sense. This topic is very, very deep, which is why I've been writing a book on it. I haven't fully recovered all of my bad habits, so I haven't really spent the time in working or writing this book and publishing it, but when it does, please check it out. But if you wanted more information, make sure you check out my 5-part series. I made it 5 parts because it's a long topic. As you can see, if you watch till the end, chances are you're someone who values education, because a lot of people, I get a lot of criticism saying that my videos are too long. But hey guys, some of these topics are deep, and we all want fast food education, guys. Fast education means 1 ear in, 1 ear out. When you really take the time to distill and kind of absorb the words that I'm saying, that experience kind of spills over and translates over. If you want something quick, and then you go on to the next thing and to the next thing and the next thing, it's just gonna all go out. So I know this was a long video for just 3 reasons, but it takes honestly that much of my time and what I needed to say in order to get that across from you. So yes, guys, it is Kevin with Optimized Essentials. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you liked it. Comment if you have any questions. It'll help boost the algorithm on YouTube, so I can kind of gain exposure and get my name out there and help more people out. That's ultimately what I want to do. Help you, help me, help you, help me, help you, help me, upward spiral into the good life. Peace.